Fast and Furious just got faster and more furious. Just over a month ago, the House held Attorney General Eric Holder in contempt. But today, it just got revved up even more. The House Oversight Committee filing a civil suit against Attorney General Holder. Lawmakers are asking a federal court to step in and force the Justice Department to turn over documents in the botched gun-running operation. House Oversight Chair Darrell Issa joins us. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Greta. How are things in Washington?
Well, I don't know. I'm in Wisconsin, but I can only report how they are here in Wisconsin, and it's beautiful weather here. But things seem rather hot in Washington. What would take you to Wisconsin this time of year? Was there some great event that we're all happy about? Well, I don't know. You just have to watch the show to find out while I'm here. So I'll tease you a little bit. It's not my high school reunion. I had that one 6 weeks ago. All right, now to your story. Okay, so what is this? You have filed. You still haven't gotten the documents. Has there been any discussion since the House contempt and the filing of the documents? You've gotten nothing from the government?
Not at all. The Attorney General was good as his word, which was he was only going to give us a couple hundred more documents if we agreed to close the case. He wouldn't let us see them before we agreed to take them. And if we didn't take it, there'd be nothing, and there's been nothing. And we, of course, waited to see if the U.S. Attorney would do his job. He didn't. And so, regrettably, we've had to follow this alternate course, and we have filed.
All right. Now, I've looked at I've done sort of the mathematics in my head about filing deadlines for how it will proceed and knowing a little bit about the docket in federal court in D.C. It looks like this will not be resolved in the ordinary course of business before Election Day. Is that what your lawyers have indicated to you?
That's correct, Greta. And this has never been about an election year. Remember, this started within days of my being sworn in 2010. This really it started in 2010, and all through 2011 and now 2012, we've pursued this from the time I became chairman on behalf of Senator Grassley. So it just happens that there's an election coming up, but an investigation in which you're stonewalled for nearly 2 years is inevitably going to have an intervening election.
All right. Now, I've got a suggestion for you. I'll give free legal advice in light of this, because this does have political ramifications, because, there's some people who say that the Obama administration is hiding documents, and it's good to keep them sort of hung out to dry on this until the Election Day, where you can sort of cast a suspicion and suppose that they're not withholding any at all, and they've still got to deal with it politically. So, in light of that, in light of the fact that the Brian Terry family really should get answers, why don't you request expedited consideration by the judge, and the Justice Department can join in on it, and all you have to do is get a filing from the Justice Department answering yours, and then a judge simply has to decide this case. There's no reason it should take more than a month. That way it won't be involved in a political aspect, and the Terry family gets its answers.
Well, we've just been assigned a judge. We believe she's fair. She is an Obama appointee, but she's got a very good track record in both public and private life. And our hope is that we will get expedited consideration, because the Terry family has waited through this investigation for over 18 months, and they deserve the facts.
I can tell you that Greta, these judges, they're in no hurry unless you ask for it.
Greta, we will be using every attempt to get discovery as soon as possible. I will take your free legal advice. It's always been good advice.
You don't need discovery. But you don't even need discovery. That's the thing. The government, if Eric Holder has not turned it over because he says he's protected by the executive privilege. Either the executive privilege does protect it or not. You don't need discovery. You don't need anything. You just need a judge to make a decision. You ask for expedited relief. The government agree as well to ask for it, and hopefully the judge will do the same, and it gets decided quickly. Executive privilege, yes or no?
Well, Greta, you're exactly right. But in our filing, we make it very clear there is no stated executive privilege. As you know, what they did was they stonewalled us, simply saying, we'll give you what we want to, we won't give you what we don't. We've already given you things others wouldn't give. We'll give you a little more as long as you go away. Candidly, executive privilege was simply a tactic in the final hours as we were voting contempt. There was never any question that they're trying to create this new deliberative privilege. But let's understand something, Greta, and I think this is the important thing we all understand. They lied to Congress. They then covered it up for 10 months, and that's what they're claiming privilege. Much of what we're asking for is, who lied to us, who produced the document behind the scenes,
And
did they know or didn't they know they were providing it? That's a very simple standard, and it's the Nixon standard. Are you entitled to cover up your own wrongdoing?
But I'm going to take the last one up. But a judge gets to make that call, whether you're right or the Justice Department or Eric Holder was. And it's like, we'd like to get it faster and get it all behind us, whatever way the cards may fall. But I'm taking the last word on that.
We would too. The fact is, though, that Nixon decided this a generation ago. You cannot commit crimes, including lying to Congress, and then cover it up and expect it to be covered by executive privilege. But we need to get the judge to decide that. Thank you, Greta.
And I gotta go. Congressman, thank you, sir.